Morning, hello, Chris here. We got some interesting updates to talk about. More so the discovery and some clarification of some certain energy bodies within us. Number one is the soul. What we're calling it now is called the servant self. Your soul is here to serve you, to do things for you, to help whatever needs to be helped with. So we're calling it the servant soul. It's a bit more accurate of a description of what it is, so that gives it a higher vibration, so that we access the right areas. The other one is called the sentient self. The word sentient means somebody who is aware, somebody who is in tune with certain things. So if you're sentient, that means you have a high perception of energies, high perception of let's say, being empathic and that type of thing. So that's another body that we're working with, a sentient self. Now, here's one that we discovered this morning. Some people may know of this. It's called the higher will. We have a higher self. We also have a higher will. Now, to explain it, our will, when I'm doing my work, when I'm making changes energetically, I'm using my will to make things happen. So if your higher will is being suppressed by these reptilians and Dracos, it's going to create a very low potential for things to happen, for you to be able to move energy and do things for yourself. So manifestation is definitely done through the will. You will things to happen. You wish, you will things to happen. Now, how this came about, working with a client this morning whose dharma, their servant self purpose, is to communicate with the Yeti in certain ways. Now, the Yeti were able to disconnect from the reptilians and the Dracos through their higher will. And what this person's dharma is to communicate subconsciously with the Yeti through his higher self into their higher will, to find out how the Yeti disconnected from the Dracos and reptilians. That's why the Yeti are here, is to help us. Okay? They are, of course, from another area, let's say, and they are here to help us with the ascension process. So we need to connect with them on a subconscious level, telepathically, let's say, to learn how they did it. So it's going to be very interesting. I work with this fellow every week. He's very high in consciousness, very high sentient person. Does a lot of Mount Shasta retreats and different types of meditations, and he is very, very much somebody important in the whole process of ascension, of learning things, of knowledge. So it's going to be incredibly interesting once we get to that point. The energies we moved within this person today were huge. You felt incredible movement of things happening, doors opening, things lifting off. It was incredible, the clearing we did today. So those are basically the three new areas that we have to access. If you call something the right name, then the vibration is much more definite, and we're able to make more changes. Now, some other updates within the dimensions, the negative dimensions, the first and second dimensions. A bit more clarity in exactly what they are. The first dimension is a Draco dimension. That's where they exist in their own little world. Now, the higher self, now the Dracos and reptilians, that they are a collective, so they don't have their own thoughts. They are fed thoughts from a central source. In the first dimension, it is Horus. Horus can be considered the Antichrist at that level. In the second dimension is reptilian, and that higher self is Zeus. And Zeus is somebody I've been chasing for a long time. He is a pain in my you-know-what. So we've got some clarification exactly what these areas are and what their energies consist of. So we've been able to get into these first dimensions and clear them out of people. And the results we're getting are forward. So again, a lot of people that have a lot of really severe illnesses that have no rhyme or reason are able to get into that level and find out exactly what they are by clearing out this first dimension. And basically all humanity is connected to this first dimension. That's where a lot of illness is. Most bacteria and viruses are first dimension illness, first dimension infections. So if you address it that way, you might have a better chance of clearing them out. Viruses have always been a tough one to really clear out. When you call them the coronavirus and all these different names of viruses, it's just the medical community wanting to put a mark on something. It's all just a virus. It's just a matter of where it goes and who discovered it, let's say. So if you address it as a first dimension problem, you're more likely to be able to get rid of it. So that's where things sit right now. Every day is something new. It comes in and goes out, comes in and goes out. So keeping track of stuff has been very, very, not going to say difficult, but unnecessary. As it comes, it goes. As it comes, it goes. But there's certain things that come in, and they're very predominant, and we need to pay a lot of attention to them. So the first and second dimensions are a target. We're now able to get in there and clear them out and disconnect people from them. These new selves, these new bodies that are now available to us are going to create a much higher level of vibration. So again, onward and upward. It's 8-9 hours a day down here helping people and finding out new information, and it certainly is fruitful, and things are happening at a very, very fast rate. The shooting in Vegas, no words. Absolutely no words. I don't even want to look at conspiracy stuff about it. It's just, what do you say? Okay, why does somebody grab a bunch of guns, go into, you look at the videos, the guy's brother says, that's not him. Everybody is amazed that this person would do this. Was it this person? Your guess is as good as mine. Follow the trail. Look at 9/11. Look at all these things that have happened in our past and the record left behind by the governments. So it's, a shitty thing. My heart, my feelings go out to anybody who is affected by this shooting. Is it something that needs to be addressed? This could be the balloon pop that exposes a lot of things. I've seen videos where people see gunfire coming out of the 4th floor of the building when they say it was the 32nd floor. I've seen videos where they show possibly 2 shooters. So hopefully this might pop the balloon and things may, come out as truth. Truth is going to set the world free, I believe. So there we have it. Bit of an update for you. We're having a blast in the new office, having fun, and things are going the way they're supposed to. So onward and upward. Chris out.